Hi, my name's Cameron Carlson with AnimeLocation.tv. I'm here at Matsuricon 2024 with Mr. Jamieson Price. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
little bit of funniness between us at the beginning here. So it's been a while since we've seen each other, and since then you happen to work on Tekken 8 as Paul Phoenix. As someone who grew up with the original 1, 2, and 3 Tekken, how is it like coming in and doing a very well-beloved fan character of Paul?
Oh, it's a lot of fun. Paul's like just amazing. No pain, no gain, getting out there. It's such a fun fighting game to play and also to voice. Yeah, I had a great time.
Yeah, the last one I think I did play was 7, and that's so I need to pick up 8 because I'm also friends with somebody currently that really loves Tekken as King. So yeah, it's really fun. So now again, kind of going back to some retro anime that got made now in the art style of Astro Boy was Pluto. Tell us about working on Pluto.
Yeah, Pluto is beautiful. Really interesting art style. And I love the story. I loved Astro Boy when I was growing up. Watched a bunch of that stuff. And so it was a lot of fun to work on and be part of.
Yeah. I mean, it looks awesome, especially because, like I said, it's that art style of Dr. Tezuka's.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. So now you're very blessed to have this wonderful voice that is very good for narration. And you can totally tell that you very much appreciate the instrument you're given. How do you make sure that you keep your instrument so well suited to narration?
Well, since I talked to you in 2018, I did a big deep dive. My deep dive during the pandemic was into voice health, breathing techniques, because I want to keep this going, and preserve it. So, I mean, water and rest is the key thing, but there are good posture and breathing techniques and things that you learn as a singer often.
Yeah.
As actors, we do a little bit, but more of that, I'm working on that kind of thing and just being able to support my voice and relax. Tension is our enemy. And so being able to relax into your voice really helps.
Yeah, as I say, I need to take some of your guys' tips eventually when I'm doing this work. So, again, last spring, you've been now teaching classes at Cal State Long Beach. Tell us how that's been going, becoming a teacher.
Oh, that was a lot of fun. I did some teaching in grad school, and then right after it, teaching stage combat. I don't do stage combat anymore, but this last semester I did a whole voice acting semester. So it wasn't just video games and anime, which is what they wanted to do. I had them going through commercial work, narration work, and the whole gamut, because there's a lot of work out there as voice actors. And so that was a lot of fun. Trying to cram all that into 16 weeks, that was the problem.
Especially only like 2 to 3 hour sessions, if possible, per day.
Yep, it was 4 hours once a week.
Oh, Jesus.
That was crazy.
Yeah. That's one of those like, it'll be easy class. No.
No.
Yeah. Now again, now this fall you're teaching directing at Orange Coast College. Tell us about how that class is going to be going. That's
going really well. Just started. We only had one class, and then I had to come out here for Matsuricon. Sorry, guys. But it's going really well. It's directing for the stage, so I can't do anything like for voiceover directing or for on-camera directing. So I'm having to limit it to the stage, but that's fine. They're beginning directors, and it's just going back to kind of my roots as an actor and in theater and explaining how you make stage pictures and talk to actors, get them to do what you want them to do, and move them around the stage.
Hey, go here, go there. All that fun stuff. Stage right, stage left.
Yep.
Now, you happen to work on the, now going into your work, you happen to work on the hit anime and game Persona 5 at the same time. Did you, at the same time of recording the game, and it was going very popular, how's it been for the fan responses to both, obviously, the anime and the game, working on both at the same time?
The response has been amazing. Everybody loves the Coffee Dad, Sojiro. And it's been wonderful. It was such a pleasure to play a character that had some emotional movement and arc, so that I got to go from being the get off my lawn, tough dad, to a really kind of caring, empathic character. And he changes the kids and kids change him. And that's so much fun to play as an actor.
I say I have not fallen into the Persona universe in any way, shape, or form. So everybody's like, these are really great characters. And I'm like, I know. I haven't had time to play all these wonderful RPGs.
Time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, again, kind of going back to your you're teaching and all that. You're also working with Strawberry Hill Studios, presents on a few projects involving the study of voice acting. How are those projects going, and what can fans expect when they come to one of your events?
Really well. Strawberry Hill's great. They have a huge ton of information out there, lots of different actors that they are working with. Again, the pandemic kind of opened up that global thing. I teach a lot of stuff, basically vocal health, and some workout stuff. I did a whole physical action series, which was really kind of fun because I physicalize in the booth. I do a lot of things, moving my body around in different ways.
Especially with the yelling.
Yes, and then the last one was one on how to age your voice, older or younger, and what we as actors, voice actors, do to kind of do that, because we have to.
Right.
We have to play all different ages, and so we work on sounding older or sounding younger.
Yeah. No, I mean, you can totally tell when you are hitting a more mature voice versus a middle-aged voice to then, like, I don't know if you can hit those 20-year-old voices anymore, but yeah. But you have to hit those. You have to hit that range, and you try to do the best you can, and I think that's cool. I think Karen Strasman is also part of Strawberry Hill.
Yes, Karen does a lot of good work in there. Her accent stuff is amazing.
Alrighty, I guess I'll have to check that out. Now, again, going back and talking about fighting games, you're also in Mortal Kombat as Ermac, another fan favorite who has a very long history in the Mortal Kombat franchise. How's it been working on Ermac?
Oh, it's been great. Michael McConaughey did it in 9. I took over in X or 10. He didn't really show up much in 11, but this now in MK1, there's a lot of backstory with Ermac and King Jared coming out, of him coming to the forefront of this kind of all the souls locked in this character. It was really interesting. And Ermac is such a kind of fun, complex character, and I'm amazed at how much of a fan favorite he is.
Yeah. Actually, the reason I put it on here is because I saw a comment when you were announced that people were like, "Oh yeah, Ermac, yay!" I was like, I have to include this for that one or two fans that were like, "Ermac, all right." I was like, I got you guys, I got you. So speaking of really fun video games that have a long franchise, Final Fantasy VII. You come in for Rebirth. First, how was it like working on it?
Oh, it was fun. It was just a little bit of Zangan, but yeah, Final Fantasy VII. I did Reeve Tuesti years ago, and it was just a little tiny bit. That was like I got a little toe in that universe. I was like, oh, this is kind of fun. And then coming back and doing Zangan was really fun. Trying not to do Sean Connery, but he looked so much like Sean Connery. But I get to do some kind of sensei teaching and leading him in exercises. When I did the little demo, I was like, oh yeah, I remember that. It's a lot of fun.
I say because John over here is actually our Final Fantasy nerd of the whole group, especially of 7. 7's still his favorite. So again, speaking of that, being how popular it is, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is a little bit different because of all the backstory it has. How did you feel going into that?
Well, look, backstory is great. We love story. Story is that's all actors are all about. Going into and doing all the action is one thing, but having stories to tell and backstories to fill out the mythology of things. That's where Mortal Kombat is amazing. The kind of mythology that they've created and the backstories on everything is just delightful. It's so much fun to play.
So backstories is what really pulls you into a lot of good stuff. All right, cool. I mean, I do like backstory as well as a fan of many franchises as well.
Well, it changes the way you approach the character, so that your character may be written one way. And then you can adjust the backstory, and it changes the way you approach those same words in different ways. And it's part of what acting is all about. Yeah. We will create, if we need to have some sort of certain emotion or action going on, as actors, we will create a backstory that will make us do that. Okay. And sometimes it's what's written on the page and a writer's done something. Or if we need to get somewhere and it's not on the page, we'll make it up.
All right, speaking about how you're very much been part of the industry for a long time. You started back in the late 90s. When is, and we talked about, the pandemic changing things, but, for you, went from that classic old school hand-drawn to cell-drawn to then digital drawn. So what would you say was one of those bigger changes for you personally as an actor that you saw that impacted the industry, and how it'll shape going forward Western animation?
God, well, the biggest change is now this. It's mainstream. It was such a niche market for so long. and beautiful artwork and everything. And it's amazing how that's changed and grown, gone in different directions. And there's such a variety of anime isn't just one thing. There's so many things that you can find in art styles. But this is the popularity of it, and how many people enjoy it now that's been the biggest change, and it's wonderful. It's wonderful to see.
Alrighty, now kind of wrapping things up real quick. I know about NDAs, and I know how much you work on and how hard it is for you not to talk about them. Is there anything currently that we didn't talk about that you want to say to the fans?
I think that's all I can say.
Okay.
Yeah, there's, we can't talk about much, unfortunately, in this business.
That's fine. That's fine. So, real quick, where can I find you online if I want to keep up with your work? And then, secondly, what would you like to say to all the wonderful fans that have been enjoying your voice for over 20 plus years?
Well, you can find me on Facebook. I'm an old guy. I have a Jamieson Price public page, which I try to keep up, but again, there's not much I can say. Instagram is Jamieson Price. Twitter, now X, is also at Jamieson Price, although I don't check Twitter, X, whatever it is, much anymore. But Instagram, I'm trying to be a little more on. So that's where you can find me. And I just want to say thank you to all the fans. Just your dedication and your enjoyment of this art form and what we do it makes it all worthwhile and makes it all happen. So thank you.
Again, I have had so much fun just listening to you right now. Thank you so much.
You are so welcome, Cameron.
Thank you.